Hi guys, today we're gonna make a nice quick and easy chili. In the pan we have some onion, garlic and celery. Fry this till it's nice and brown. If you have peppers, you can add peppers here as well. I only had celery available to me. I'm using 2 tins of mixed beans and I'm gonna add 1 cup of frozen sweet corn. In here you can also use your pre-cooked beans. I just did not have time to soak it the previous night, so I had to use the shop-bought ones. You will need a tub of tomato paste, which is about 115 grams that I use, just to give your chili that reddish look. It helps thicken the sauce and it adds to the flavor. I chopped up 300 grams of cherry tomatoes. Add it to your onion mix and cooked for about 2 to 3 minutes. Now we're going to add our frozen sweet corn and let this cook for another 2 to 3 minutes. It's time to add our 2 tins of beans to our sweet corn and onion tomato mix. Instead of using fresh tomatoes, you could just use tin tomatoes and add it to your onion and garlic mix and cook it a little bit, then add your beans, and this will even make the chili cook quicker. To cook this chili, it took me less than 30 minutes. It was very cold yesterday when we had this, and I just thought this would be the quickest thing to cook while we have load shedding going on as well. Now we're going to add our spices, and in here we have 1 teaspoon of paprika, 1 teaspoon of dried chilies, and 1 teaspoon of cumin. If you have fresh chilies, you can opt out of adding the dried chilies and just add your fresh chilies to the mix. We're gonna add this and let it cook for another 3 to 4 minutes. We're gonna add a cup of water. Something in my water, but it's not dirt, don't worry. We're also gonna add 1 teaspoon of oregano, 1 teaspoon of parsley, 1 teaspoon of mixed herbs, and 1 teaspoon of basil. If you have these herbs fresh, I would use the fresh ones instead. I prefer fresh, but my garden is still growing. You can also add your salt and your pepper at this stage, and we're just gonna let it cook on medium heat for about 5 minutes. Then it's time to add the tub of tomato paste, and we're just gonna stir it through and cook it for another 5 minutes. You will also add either a half a cup of water or another cup of water, depending on how saucy you want your chili to be. Now I'm going to turn my stove off and let the pot just simmer on the plate for a few minutes before I dish up. It will also help with thickening of the sauce to let it stand for a few minutes. You can garnish with coriander, which will go very nice with this. I warmed the store-bought sourdough bread in the air fryer to give it a nice crust. Serving with avocado is optional. This was so delicious. Enjoy, everyone.